What's up, guys? Dan Man's back, and we are back on AFK Journey. So today I'm bringing to you my Arcane Labyrinth guide. I know I have one on my channel. It's just very outdated. Not as far as the strategy, but just as far as I didn't have a camera. So I'd rather would do this clearly and be more thorough. I love Arcane Lab. I think it's a great game mode. And it can be a little complicated if you're not too familiar with it, if you're just getting into it. I know not everyone does it. It benefits the guild immensely. So, yeah, let's get into it. Essentially, at the start of it, you want to fight through all the stages. You want to eventually get to difficulty 15. Once you're at difficulty 15, there are 20 floors. At the 20th floor, you reach a boss. When you kill that boss, you end up on the leaderboard. That is the goal. So, starting off, we end up with an option, and we're looking at pure crystals, or you might see a relic. Pure crystals are always good to get. If you can just get flat pure crystals like this, I'd start the match. If we did not get pure crystals, and we got a relic, there are only 4 relics that you're looking for. Only 4. If you end up starting with something that is not one of these 4, you can leave the match. And you leave by going on the bottom right, clicking quit, and then holding to exit. We're not going to exit this one because we have pure crystals, so we're going to remain. But you are only looking for the defensive relics. On the open, on the starting option, you only want to see the defensive relics. So HP, the vitality, the defense, and the warmth, which is the relic that heals you every end of the match. Those 4 are the only relics you want to start off with. If you see attack speed, if you see haste, if you see something else, just restart the match. So that's going to be a big factor here, is you're going to restart a lot of matches. You might be super lucky, and I normally am. It's just crazy. I'm hoping I'm lucky this time around doing a guide video. So I'm normally pretty lucky, and I can roll right into everything I need. You can be too, and I'm going to kind of show you how to get there. So let's start it off. Let's not wait any longer. We're going to start the first match, grab the pure crystals. So what you're looking at here is actually my boss team, and we'll get back to that. I'm going to take him out. So stage 1. For the first 13 stages, you are just pushing the map. That's it. You want to use something like an Aron comp. A Mauler comp works, but I like saving my Maulers for the boss. So, what I like to start with here, I mean, this is a little bit of a pay-to-win build. These are my heroes, by the way. I would just start out with... Spacing out, my apologies. We got a couple carries, we got our tank, and we have heals. We're going to separate them, make it fancy. Okay. So, artifact... this one's good. Tie Call's good because they're spamming their skills and wiping the board. Alright, so let's make this quick. I'm going to show you how quick we're going to make this too, because you're going to reset every now and then, so you don't want to waste a lot of time and be, drag along. Here we go. And it should be finished now. Okay, see? Nice and easy. Super easy on the first stage. Like the first 9 stages are pretty easy. And then after that, you just need to hope that you have the right relics. So, we're looking at Resurrection Potion and First Aid Kit. These are both terrible. You don't want this at all. It's really just a blocked item. Because I have not gotten a relic yet at all, I would normally reset here. And that's what we're going to do. We ended up with crystals and a Resurrection Potion. Not good. Here we go, getting back into it. We're looking at, there's energy after casting an ultimate. Not good. Hold to exit. See if we can go quick, bust these out. Eventually, you're going to slide right into all of the relics that you need, and you'll be at floor 20. Alright, pure crystals, here we go. Pure crystals are good. You want to stockpile your pure crystals that we're going to roll for relics later. We'll get into that. Team is saved. Let's play. Alright, stage 1 done. Let's see what we get.
A bit of experience, a bit of luck.
Massive amount of pure crystals. So we have the energy after casting an ultimate and a resurrection potion. These are both terrible. Let's restart. Alright, here we go. And increase HP by 10%. Perfect. Okay. We started out with a defensive relic. This is what you want to see. Now I feel more comfortable to where even if we don't get another defensive relic right away and we end up with something weird, we might stay.
Say with it as though it's real.
And I say might because we got to see. Let's see how it plays out. Just follow along. All right. Perfect. Guard and attack. We're going to take the guard. Avoid anything that's not a defensive relic. You want everything defensive. Your actual main focus is shields. Shields and health. And here we go. We just battle. Just battle along through it. Runs on auto. Even increased the speed to ×3. Made this a little bit quicker.
A bit of experience, a bit of luck.
Alright, let's see what we get. More pure crystals or guard. So here's what you're going to do. You want to just keep getting your relics, because this is how you get your crests. Once you get your crests, that's where the magic happens. So, being said, let's grab that guard. And battle.
Be praised for this, right?
Boom, Crest activated. Now, we're looking for, the only blue crest that we're looking for is Rebound Shield. It's called Rebound Shield. If you do not see it, here's what you do. You read each one and you think, hey, does this work with shields? Is this a defensive one? That's your main objective. So, reduces physical defense and magic defense by 15% for all allied heroes. You don't want that. That reduces your physical defense and magic defense, and then it gives you attack. So you don't want that. Every Graveborn hero deployed, increase hero's attack, physical defense, magic defense, HP. You might be stuck with that one, but luckily I already read ahead a little bit. And look at our last one. Grants damage immunity to the allied hero who receives damage above 20% of max HP, triggered once every 2 seconds for each hero. Defensive, it's a nice immunity. Immunities are also top tier to get. You want damage immunities in this, especially for the later fights. So we grab that one, confirm. Here we go. Now, looking at more crystals and the fit store. You really never want to go into the fit store. Like if you're forced into it, like if this was an attack relic, I would go into the fit store. And in the fit store, you want to look for a defensive relic. That's pretty much it. There are options where you can buy buffs to getting more crystals, and those are good to get also. So look out for those. So that being said, though, we are going to grab the pure crystals. We want to keep stockpiling these up. I've been up to, I don't know what the record is, but here we go. You can save them. You can have hundreds, 300, 400, 500. I think comfortably at 300 is a good number to reach. 250 to 350.
Be praised for this, right?
Alright. Let's see what we get. And it's a fight. Fourth stage, you don't get anything, you just go right into a fight.
A bit of experience, a bit of luck.
Alrighty, let's see what we get. And we have Crest activated. Awesome. And it's Sanctuary. So far we're doing very good. We have all defensive relics. We have the physical defense and magic defense, vitality, and HP percent. What we're looking for now at this point, it's called Warmth. And it gives you the HP after every round. Gives you some HP that you might have lost. So again, blues, we're looking for the Rebound Shield. Purples, are the most important because we're looking for chain shield and verdict shield. You need those to be able to get to floor 20. Life magic. When the HP ratio of an allied hero first falls below 35%, they exchange HP ratios with the enemy hero with the highest HP ratio. However, an allied hero can only increase their HP rather than exchanging it when facing a boss. Okay. Increase the damage allied heroes deal, so we don't care about dealing damage. And you'll see why. These relics, the way that they work is they actually deal true damage based on your shields and heals. So we're looking for that. We're looking for shields, we're looking for heals. This is the best strategy. Grants 25% additional life drain for allied heroes when dealing a critical strike. Again, it's an attack one, we don't need it, so we are sticking with the life magic. Another good rule of thumb, it's a purple, so you want to grab that over a blue if you don't see any of our options that we actually want. So, relegate Fortitude, increase HP, and attack. We're going for the HP, here we go. Nice and easy, good flow. Battle. So far, we're hanging in there. There is still a chance we might leave. And it's really coming up to 2 different stages. At stage 11, you might leave, or at stage 13, you might leave. 14. So, Corroding Storm, Swift Breeze, Energy Tide. Corroding Storm. Enemy heroes under control effects lose 1% of their max HP every second. We don't really want it. It is a purple, though, so let's read on. Swift Breeze increases allied heroes' haste by 30 when there are no enemies on the allied side of the battlefield. Again, it's haste. Has nothing to do with shields. Nothing to do with health. Restores 100 energy every 3 seconds for allied heroes whose HP ratio is above 95%. Again, it's energy. Nothing to do with health. So, enemy heroes under control effects lose 1% of their max HP every second. Okay, helps a little bit. It's really not what we want. It is a purple, though. So later on, when we reach the crystal ball of stage 14, we might roll this. This might be one of the potentials that we have that we can roll. If not, it just helps a little bit. So there we go. We got a purple. Moving on. Relegate Sanctuary increases vitality by 10 or restores energy after casting an ultimate. Obviously, we're going for the vitality. And just battling through it. Oh, there was a quest during this one. Was this the quest one? 7, no. Okay. This was not the quest one. I need to slow down, though, because we are reaching a quest, and we need to finish the quest. We get a quest reward. I believe it's at stage 9. So, increase haste or increase attack speed. So, here's one of the scenarios where I said you might be forced into one that you don't want. At this point, we have 3 good ones, so if you have 3 out of 4, I'd still stay. You don't need to leave. This is a, do I leave? No. You can stay. Your better option here, again, neither of them really are what we want, so this says double your rewards. If you read them carefully, this one, some of them sometimes say double your rewards. Just take that one. We're going to take the attack speed over the haste. Let's do that. And again, it helps a tiny bit. Doesn't hurt. Stages are still pretty easy at this point. Not too worried about people dying yet until really like after stage 9. Then you want to be mindful of how your team is looking. Okay. So Might Blade. We have, when you have certain relics, this one is the attack speed, we're not going to see the crests that we want. And that is why you want those relics specifically. All the defensive relics will give us the defensive crests. When you have anything else, it really gives you a lot of offensive stuff. So increases crit by 25%, 25, excuse me. Allied heroes can absorb 15 energy from the target with normal attacks, reduces the physical defense, magic defense by 15% for your heroes, turns it into attack. We know that this one's terrible to get. Conquer, you want to avoid. So our other options is we can get some crit if our HP is below 70%. Let's go with the absorbing energy from normal attacks. Here. Best option, I guess. Alright. pure crystals or the crystal ball. So this crystal ball is actually what you're looking for by stage 14. You don't want to get it this early. You want to keep saving your coins. And here we have crystals, so let's get those crystals. I did say by stage 9 you might consider leaving, and that's really by here, like, you want to look, like, how am I doing on relics? We have 3, so that's okay.
Save it as though it's real.
We don't have any of our key crests yet, which is huge, and that's why by stage 13, by stage 11, stage 13, you can start to panic a little bit. But let's just push through a battle. But by stage 14, you have your answer, because we're going to be going into the shop and rolling, looking for the specific crests, and if we don't get the 2 that we need, we will leave and restart the match.
Save it as though it's real.
If you get 1, you can give it a shot, but you really need both of them. Alright, so again, we're looking for Rebound Shield, it's called, in the blue. Not seeing it here. So we have a stun each enemy for 3 seconds when their energy exceeds. Okay, stuns ain't terrible. Increase allied heroes haste. Again, we don't really need it. Increase crit by 30 for allied heroes when no enemies are detected within 2 tiles. They're always going to be near us. So, realistically, the stun, just to have a little bit of utility. There we go, stun. Tiny stun. Doesn't help a lot. Doesn't hurt. And here we go, we got some HP. We're up to 287 crystals. That's fantastic. Remember I had said originally 250 to 350 is a nice number. And we are at shop 11. Now, this is just a normal match. Let's go. We are reaching a quest. And you have to pay attention. It will be up here to the left. You have to finish your quest because it gives you an awesome reward 90% of the time. You might get a weak reward sometimes, but it's rare. Okay. Crystals or Vitality? We're going to grab this Vitality. Here's the quest. Additional challenge. Deploy no Mauler heroes. You get an epic crest. So, awesome. Let's make sure we have no Maulers. We have 2 out. So we're going to take them off. Add some replacements. We took out a carry and a healer. So add a carry and a healer. That's not a Mauler. So for a healer, we have Ludovic. He is a Graveborn. And for a carry, we're going to throw in Aaron. He is a Wilder. My team got a little thrown off. Alright, we're okay. And here we go. Double check. No Maulers. We're good to go. Battle. We're now on floor 12, so we are coming up to the crystal ball very soon. Very soon.
Praised for this, right?
All right, challenge successful. And here is our crest, and you will get an epic crest. However, remember we're looking for 2 pieces: Chain Shield and Verdict Shield. What does Chain Shield do? Whenever an allied hero's HP ratio exceeds 70%. Converts 30% of their current HP to a permanent shield equal to 1 times the amount of lost HP. The shield gained from the effect is converted back into an equal amount of HP upon victory in battle. This gives you your shield. Turns your HP into a shield, and it's permanent. This is amazing. So we have Chain Shield. We have 1 piece of the puzzle. You skip anything. If you see Chain Shield and Verdict Shield, just grab that. That is what you want. Now we only need Verdict. Let's get it. Alright, we're looking at physical defense or HP. This says double your rewards. So let's go with the doubled rewards for HP. Not too shabby. We might not have to restart through this. And I mean, this feels like a one and done type situation. Where I might make it to floor 20 on the first shot, and I have to, like, go to the end, restart, go to the end, restart. I was a little worried about that, but Still a little too early to tell. We don't have Verdict Shield yet. And I'm telling you, those are musts. You must have Verdict Shield, you must have Chain Shield. We do have a lot of crystals to roll for it, so hang tight. We are hitting the crystal ball on the next floor. Again, these fights are pretty easy.
That's a great idea, isn't it?
Well, they are for me. I just want you to know, like, be mindful after floor 9 to really watch what your characters are doing. Final block, brutal attack, power drum. Nothing that we're looking for, but let's see. Grants shields equal to 20% of max HP to all allied heroes for 5 seconds when the enemy team casts their first ultimate. Okay, gives us a shield. That's a keeper. But let's see what else we have. When an allied hero deals damage, sacrifices 5% of current HP. Ooh, that's bad. You don't want to lose your HP. So we know that we're avoiding brutal attack. Avoid brutal attack at all costs. Power drum restores 100 energy, and again, you know that you don't want the energy ones. So, grants shields equal to 20% of max HP. This is nice. It gives you an extra shield. So far, our characters shielding up. We need Verdict Shield to make the difference. Verdict Shield is what's going to turn those shields into true damage against the enemy. So, when you get to this magic crystal ball, you're going to see this. You're going to see your options. What you want to do, unfortunately, we don't have any of the yellow. We have blue, we have purple, we have no yellow. Yellow is, you want to look at it, and if it's not health shield, you're rolling it. You're going to click on your yellow, and you're rolling it. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's not health shield, you're going to roll it, because it's going to give you 3 new options. One of those options could be Verdict Shield, and the higher tier, meaning if it's purple or if it's yellow, you have a better chance to get a purple. And remember, purples are key here. So, we have to roll a purple. Let's look at what we have, and I know that there was one that we are going to change over. Chain Shield we're keeping. We have Corroding Storm. Enemies, heroes under control effects lose 1 HP of their 1% of their max HP every second. Might be that one. When the HP ratio of any allied hero first falls below 35%, they exchange HP ratio with the enemy hero with the highest HP ratio. However, an allied hero can only increase their HP rather than exchanging it when facing a boss. I would get rid of Life Magic here. They're both kind of mute. We might be rolling both of them. Life Magic, though, we will start with, so grab Life Magic and click Replace 1 time. Now, we're looking for Verdict Shield. If Health Shield, which is a yellow, pops into the shop too, grab that. Or Rebound Shield, if it's a blue. Bouncing damage, conquer, might, there's nothing here. So you're going to click cancel 1 time. Click back on Life Magic. And we're going back to replace. Click replace 1 time. Oathkeeper Shield, Howling Terror, Critical Advancement. Nothing here. Now, you could go a step further, and I'm not trying to complicate this, but you could read what this, if something says shield, and hey, is this better than what I have now? You are only looking for Verdict Shield. So, but yes, you could change into something different, in the meantime. So, Oathkeeper Shield grants a shield equal to 30% of their max HP to the weakest allied hero once every 5 seconds. The shield lasts for 5 seconds. This gives you another shield. Over Life Magic, I would take it. So, let's switch it out. We'll take the Oathkeeper Shield. Boom. Now, back to our options for purples. We have the Oathkeeper Shield, we have Chain Shield, and now we have Corroding Storm. Here's why I said you might roll both. We can roll Corroding Storm now. So let's roll Corroding Storm. Replace, and look at that. We have a yellow. It really doesn't matter what it is. It's not Health Shield. Keep that in mind. But for the sake of reading it, once every 10 seconds, all enemies receive true damage equal to 45% of team attack and are stunned for 2 seconds. So once every 2 seconds, you're going to stun them for 2 seconds. Okay, not terrible. If we get stuck with it, it's not the end of the world. It's not great, doesn't help, doesn't hurt. Confirm, let's switch it out. So now we are rolling this yellow. Find your yellow. Click on it, and click Replace. Boom! See how we see all 3 purples? But we do not see Verdict Shield. Now at this point, because we're rolling down a yellow, The only purple we are taking is Verdict Shield. Don't even read the other ones. Don't even consider them. It's not Verdict Shield in the title. You don't want it. Click cancel. Monsoon Assault. We are rolling again. Replace. Looking for Verdict Shield. Again, we don't see it. At the top right, you can see your crystals. We have 258. Still a nice chunk. But this price increases. We are at 30 per try. Verdict Shield, we need it. Let's get it. Boom. Nope. Not here. No Verdict Shield. Cancel. Click and replace. Verdict Shield. We got it. Verdict Shield. Let's go. Alright. Confirm. Now, you have the combo. You have Verdict Shield and you have Chain Shield. What do you do? Let's continue rolling things, but just make sure you set those to a side. Those are your core. We have 168. Now, Oathkeeper Shield grants a shield equal to 30% of the max HP to the weakest allied hero once every 5 seconds. This adds a shield. It's nice. Kind of stacks on top of Chain Shield. But it is our only other purple. So we are going to roll it. At this point, we're looking for Health Shield, which is a yellow, Rebound Shield, which is a blue, or I would even change this at this point for an immunity. If you see something that says when your heroes take a fatal blow, that's a good one. So let's see what we get. It costs 38 to roll. We have 168, so you can kind of do the math, and you can see we only have a couple more rolls left. Let's hope for the best. Witted Attack. Now you can read your purples, because we're trading a purple for a purple. Witted Attack. Enemy heroes lose 35% of their current HP when a battle starts. The lost HP is gradually restored over 15 seconds. That's bad. So they're going to be healing. Don't want that. Fury Accumulation. Increases crit by 3%. Again, we don't want damage. So we'll keep our shield that we have. Click cancel. And be careful on what you're clicking. You do not want to get rid of Chain Shield or Verdict Shield. We're going to click on the Oathkeeper Shield one time. Click on Replace one time. Might Tide, Power Draining, and Twinned Fury. They're blue. It's less than a purple. Let's move on. We don't see Rebound Shield. Here we go. Cancel. We have one more roll. Alright. Oathkeeper Shield. Replace. And Blown Away. When dealing damage, allied range heroes also knock back enemies within 3 tiles and immobilize them for 1 second. Each allied range hero can trigger this effect only once every 3 seconds. Cost. So I would keep the shields. Anything defensive, although it is like a knockback, that is defensive. It's like a stun. So it would have been a consideration, but we're already holding a shield with HP, so not a consideration. Cost of Corruption, 3 seconds into a battle, sacrifices 10% of each allied current HP. Again, you're losing your HP to do something. You don't want to do that. Click cancel. And I think that was our last shot. So, Chain Shield, Verdict Shield, right on the open. That's awesome. We got it. We don't have Rebound Shield and we don't have Health Shield. So, we can celebrate because we got Chain Shield and Verdict Shield. That itself is a win. Sometimes it takes you hours to grind through this where you won't even see one of them. And we just do the same method that we just did. You roll down through the shop. You can have tons of crystals. I've had, close to 500 and you just don't find the crests. So it's very awesome to find both of those. You need them. That being said, we don't have Rebound Shield or Health Shield. So we don't have the perfect combination. We have a working combination. Let's play it through. After you hit this crystal ball, you're going to go to a boss. This is where you're going to change your team comp. So originally you had a team comp like the Aaron comp, just a AFK stage pushing monster. What we're going to do is change our team comp over to a boss comp. Now, I didn't actually get a chance to read Verdict Shield. I was just too excited that we actually had it. I just wanted to read it to you. Every time an allied hero gains a shield and deals damage, their next attack deals 50% of the shield value as true damage. Chain Shield keeps that shield on you. And we also have Oathkeeper Shield, which gives us other shields. Like we have damage resistance, freezing warning, energy absorption, final block, and this is also why all these defensive relics come into play and help. So yeah, everything is defensive. and it all scales off of your shields, dealing true damage to the enemy. So, that being said, who do you want to play as a boss fighter? You don't want to play carries and all of that. You want to play more tanky and healing. That's all you need. You need shields, you need heals, you need survivability. So we're going to throw out Foresto, throw out your Thorin, or there are situations where you would play Brutus, and that would be when you're versing an enemy. This boss is fine. You don't need to play Brutus against this boss. But past stage 15, you're going to see that we're going to see some very weird comps. They throw them at you randomly. We have Chain Shield and Verdict Shield, and there are going to be comps where you will see we will still get burst down in one shot. Savina is one of the prime targets that I'm talking about. The rogue that dives in. We might be versing 5 Sylvina. Yeah, that being said, you want tanks, you want healers. Let's play it that way. So we have, let's go through the list. Odie, no. Lilymate, no. Aaron, no. Smokey, he's a healer. He's a potential. Rainier, like I'd said, he kind of had fallen off for me. I don't think, we're going to pass him for now. Ludovic, awesome healer.
A state of
I'm going to move these positions in a second, but Henwin is a healer. However, let's just see who we have. We have Henwin, we have Damien, Coco, and Mikola. I prefer to enjoy Mikola, and we can grab Coco also. Now we actually have the Mauler synergy. So let's place them behind, just to get some, if you're familiar with how Foresto works, behind the original, he's getting essentially energy, and behind the clone, which is the red one, you are getting physical defense, like damage reduction. Okay, we have 4 healers here and a tank. Now, I'm also going to Tide Call. Yeah, Tide Call is a good spell here still. We're going to be casting skills. Here we go. Alright, battle. Now watch how fast this boss dies. As you can see, his health is just blowing through. And he's dead. That is the true damage. Every time that we're getting a shield, which is constant, it's just insane. The damage is maddening. Yeah. Let's see what we get here. Ooh! So we got a yellow. Damage absorption. When dealing damage to an enemy with a higher HP ratio, steals a percentage of the target's max HP for healing. Considered as Crest healing, the percentage stolen is 30% the difference in HP ratio between the 2 units. This effect can be triggered once every 5 seconds for each enemy. Not only is it a yellow, I don't see rebound shield, I don't see health shield. We're grabbing this. This is a solid one. That actually helps. That goes with our build. So, deep challenge. Here's where we start to see the crazy comps. We're looking at 2 Smokies, 2 Kruger, and a Henwin. Okay, so they got a lot of heals. This could be one of those tricky ones, but like I said, we're going to keep our team of just the healers and the tank. This is also important to note. I need to learn where it is. Clicked the escape button by accident. I need to learn where it is on the computer. You can leave a match. You can on the phone. Let's see where you do it on the computer. Ah, that's tricky. So you can leave a match. I don't see it. Guess I'm being blind. Maybe it's once I start? No, that doesn't make sense either. I guess just back out. Guess that's what it is on the computer? I'm not used to the computer. My apologies. So, you can leave a match, and you won't lose any of your heroes, even if a couple die. If all of them die, you are essentially done. We're not going for the revive strategy. We don't want to revive any heroes. We don't go for those revive potions. We detest those. So, if you see 1 or 2 of your heroes die, you want to exit the match. You want to just restart. And then reposition. Rethink about who you're playing. Change your heroes. You want to get it to where your heroes are not dying. So that being said, I'm just giving you that heads up as a warning that you want to be at the ready before you hit play. Be ready to leave if you see one of your heroes drop. Here we go. Okay, and perfect. Just for a pause. Okay, this is where you leave. So you can click retry. You can click exit. Click continue. This is what we do to leave if one of our heroes dies. So be at the ready to leave. That being said, we have Chain Shield and Verdict Shield. It's very, very, very strong. As you can see, the enemies died very quickly. But there are some team comps that will be a burst comp that still could kill us, so be mindful. Fiery Hammer. Increase critical damage by 5% for allied heroes when a critical strike occurs, up to 10 stacks. Okay, it's an attack one. We really don't need it, but it is a epic, a yellow. Let's grab it. Confirm. Stage 16 out of 20. Moving on. Now, we have 2 Kruger and 3 Leica. This one can be scary. You know, when you start to see multiples of the same hero, you know, we'll see. Again, be ready to leave. Brace yourself. Battle. Keep an eye on your people's HP. As you can see, the HP jumps around a lot when you're playing on Chain Shield, Verdict Shield, because it's constantly trying to heal you and give you a shield. And as you can see, Verdict Shield, Chain Shield is an amazing combination. The enemies died very quickly. Next stage, here we go. Oof. Okay, I can tell you this is hard because Niru and Savina, Salazar, my apologies. So Salazar and Niru, you want to be mindful that they might burst you down. Let's keep an eye. Here we go. Going to be ready to leave at any second. And GG. Okay, nice and easy. See, we've been flying through these matches. Chain Shield, Verdict Shield, the other relics that we've gotten that have assisted the shielding. This is fantastic so far. 19 out of 20. We are looking at 2 Kruger, 2 Odie, and a Leica. Now you know that Odie likes taking down people with shields. So, again, be mindful. You can die at any point. Hover over that leave button and keep an eye on your hero's HPs. Easy peasy. We have made it to the boss. That was pretty awesome. Pretty quick. And like I said, it doesn't always happen like this. We did get very lucky on picking up the relics that we did and the crests that we did. So, the boss is the same situation. Once you challenge the boss, if the boss match ends, or if your whole team dies, you cannot rejoin the boss. However, you can leave and rejoin the boss as many times as you want. So, what I like to do is actually leave multiple times. Even if it's like a good run, I want to leave, change one thing to see if it made it worse, see if it made it better. And if things got worse, you go back to what you had, and then you just let it play out. If things got better, then you could even try to make it even better. So, use that to your advantage. Use the leaving. Get comfortable with it, because it helps you adjust and get more damage. Here we go, and I am going to change this team comp slightly. I am going to get rid of the Ludovic. And I want to keep an all-Mauler team. I am going to add Odie. So, I know I said that the damage between a damage dealer and a healer makes a difference. However, Odie is very strong. I like Odie. It also gives us the full Mauler team buff, which is crucial for this stage of the game. Odie's a very, very good carry in general. I can show you the damage difference let's do that. I'll show you the damage difference. We'll actually show it to you, okay?
A state of
I will show you the difference because I did this earlier today. So I know the difference, but let's check it out. Get ready to leave as soon as you see one of your characters die. But at the top right of the screen right now, it says round 4. You're going to end on a round. You also want to keep an eye on the clock. So while keeping an eye on your hero's health, you're keeping an eye on the clock to make sure we don't run out of time. You're keeping an eye on the round because you want to see how high can we get without clock time running out and without your heroes dying. If one of them dies there, one died. I'm going to pause it. Now, I didn't see my round number. So what I'm going to do is unpause, look at my round number really fast, and then I'm going to pause it again and we're going to leave. Okay? So you got to do this kind of quick. Get a little used to it, get comfortable, don't panic. But continue the match, check out that round number, and then leave. We're at 10. Okay. No problem. And we're actually about to hit 11. So if you look up at the screen, he's about to die. Probably would have made it to 11. Okay? Let's retry. Okay. Now we're going to use Odie. And I want to see the difference between how much damage do we get up to. Do we get up to past 11? Are we before 11 before someone dies? Here's the test. Remember, get ready to hit pause. Keep an eye on your hero's health. As soon as someone dies, pause the game. Meanwhile, keep looking up at the top, look at the clock. Make sure you don't run out of time. Make sure nobody dies. Come like round 7, round 8, round 9. And Mikola died. Okay, so it's kind of made a little bit of a liar out of me because I think we just hit round 9. I believe it's either round 9 or if it's round 10. We're looking a little deadlocked, like dead even. So, again, unpause, look real quick, pause. So here we go, continue. We are at 10. Okay, same. Roughly the same. I've seen scenarios, though, where it has been much better. So I lean now more towards taking the Odie. But what we could also do is try something different. We know that we got up to 10. What could make this better? Let's retry. And again, we only lost one hero. This might have pushed the stage further. So what we could try here is the Rainier option. We could drop Smokey and put in Rainier. Now Rainier is going to increase Odie's damage, give him health, give him shield. It's also our Mikola that keeps dying. So we could try changing out her. However, she's also increasing the damage of the team. And she helps Foresto's damage a lot. That being said, let's give this a try. We're changing out the Smokey for the Rainier. Let's see what round we can get up to. Start. Alright, get ready to leave. Team's health dropped big time there. Game freezes up a little bit. There's just so much going on between the health, the shields, the true damage. I've seen this freeze up on every device. It's actually the game itself. So we are already up to round 9. Okay, and now Odie died. So Odie was thrown up into the front by Rainier, and that was at round 9. I'm going to double check quickly. Round 9. And we're about to hit round 10. But, so Rainier is a worse option. That being said, we know that Smokey was the better option. When Mikola dies, it's a panic moment. So, let's try taking out Mikola, and let's try throwing in Ludovic. It's another good healer. I do have Damien and I do have Henwin that we could try. And let's just see how this plays out. We might not need to try them soon here. But we might. We can give it as many times as we want. You know what I mean? It's as long as you are in control of starting it comfortably, stopping it comfortably, not panicking, just keep an eye on people dying, keep an eye on that clock, keep an eye on the round. Alright, we're at round 6. And now for Resto died. So our front line died. Not good, and that was at round 6. I saw that right before I paused it. Round 6. So, Ludovic not helping. It looks like keeping the Mauler faction team in there with that buff, as I had said originally, is the better go-to. However, I've also tested Damien. He's the last one we're going to test, because I have tested Damien before, where Damien has been pretty crucial. We are going to give the energy buff this time to Odie, and the damage reduction to Coco. Okay, that was just a little change of pace for placements. Let's see how this plays out. We have Damien. Let's put Damien on deck and see if things change up a bit. Alright, again looking at our people's health. Oh, and Coco died quick. So what percent were we at? We were at round 3. Okay. Coco being dead is never good. We want to throw Makola back in here. That's our faction bonus, giving us increase HP, increased attack. We have our lineup. This is what we're going to use. Now you can try and change your artifact, see if the artifact makes a difference. Let's try with resonating. We'll try with resonating. Odie will get the buff. Just thinking about the positioning here, what I did before. It's feeling weird. Alright, let's give it a shot. Remember, we got up to stage 10 2 times. Keeping an eye on health. Keeping an eye on the clock. And keeping an eye on the round. Coco died. Coco died pretty quick again. Alright. Resonating, not the one. Tide Call gives the most HP. It is the one. Now, positioning-wise, I feel like I'm doing something wrong and I'm not saying it. It's very late for me. My apologies. I'm going to throw Mikola up front. Mikola. And I feel okay with this. Let's give this a try. Here we go. Need to reach round 10 at least. If we see round... Wow, Coco died right away. So something is happening that I did wrong. Let's put Cola there. Should be getting the physical reduction. Okay. Let's let it ride. Okay, they survived that initial burst, and that's really, I think, something there was just wonky and taking them out. If we can get up to 10, we're going to let it ride, we'll take our score. But this is just me being picky with being optimal for maximum amount of damage. Now, Cola died, we're at round 8, it just hit 9. I don't know what we could do different. I'm going to retry it though. It's just me being anal and picky about it. My apologies. And my positioning. I do want Coco there. And I guess we keep her here. Okay. Looking good, feeling good. Let's go. Or you know what? Do we actually want the energy regen to go on Coco? Let's try that. Give him that extra boof for the team. Here we go, battle. Alright, keeping an eye on the health, keeping an eye on the clock, keeping an eye on the round. Remember, we've seen 10 twice, so we know we can get there. Just kind of finding that pattern to get back there. There is also RNG that comes into play in this game, heavily, to where, you know, we're not always going to, wow, round 7 and we started losing all of the team. So that's not a good one. But you gotta play into the RNG also, because he could land a massive crit. He could let you guys don't land your heals. Like, something is going wonky. You know what I did not try was Swift Heal spell? I have not tried this. Let's give it a try. Have not tried it. I have level 15. Just giving it a try, see where things are at. Okay. Remember, you want heals, you want shields. And she died, and it's round 7. So, let's try Verdant. I think what I want to do. This is good, let's go. There's something in our Crest that's throwing me off. Oh, he died right away on round 2. Alright, Smokey. Let's get you up more. Maybe something is happening. Let's pull you back some. Again, this boss is different than yesterday's boss, so I'm not, I mean, he's got stuns, he's got utility, so he is a different boss from yesterday. I might give this positioning a whirl. Now, at this point, I'm really desperate to get back to that round 10. Alright, I survived the initial burst. We're up at round 7. Everyone's hanging in there. Knock on wood. Okay, Nicola went down round 7. What is happening? Okay. This might be one of those games I'm gonna take the Odie out. Let's throw Damien in there.
Meet this invention.
Damien doesn't need the damage reduction. Here we go. Got an extra healer. Let's see how things go this time. Can we make it back to round 10? Or above? RNG plays a factor into this. You gotta think about the crits, the heals. Keeping an eye on people's health, the clock, and the rounds. Alright, Nicola died and we were at round 9. So, it is a little bit more consistent, I'll say, to not use Odie. I think RNG plays a bigger factor when you're using an Odie and not just using a full heal team. That being said, I apologize, I am restarting it one more time. Because I am going to try, instead of Damien, I wanted to try Ludovic.
Battlefield. A state of...
Let's try Mr. Ludovic. We got to 9 on the last one with full healer team. Ludovic's heals are pretty massive. We're up to 9. Makula died. Makula is the factor that keeps dying. You know what I'm gonna try? One last attempt. I know, I'm sorry, I keep saying this is the last try,
I'm calling.
I'm a perfectionist when it comes to this. So, let's throw Henwin in there instead of Makula. And we have a 3 and 2 faction bonus. Oh, no, we don't. My apologies. Oh, and she died right away. Yeah, because we actually lost our faction bonus doing that. Okay. Let's go back to my roots. We're going to play it the way I did the first time. Keeping Mikola in there. Keeping Smokey in there. Keeping Coco in there. That is our faction bonus that we're riding. Over this Ludovic, we could try the Henwin, but I have tested Henwin and Ludovic thoroughly. I think Ludovic is the bigger heals. There's a burst issue happening here with this boss's kit being a stun. So this is why we test. This is why we test. We restart. We are up to 10. I'm going to let it ride. Mikola died, but I looked up. We're at 10. We're at 11. I'd like to get to 12. That'd be fantastic. Looking like 12 is coming up. Our damage, to be honest, is not that high. However, like I said, we don't have health shield. We don't have rebound shield. We're missing some key important ingredients.
It's real.
I do think we ended up with the best score we could have with this comp, with these crests. 1488. Not terrible, not anything to feel ashamed about. So, where'd we end up on the rankings? Number 1. Hey, that's not bad, you know? So we got rank 1. It was a little trial and error, but that's honestly, I'm trying to teach you that's the best strategy. That's really is. You know, give it a trial and error. Try it a few times so you feel comfortable yourself with thinking that you're at the best part that you could be at. And in the end, you might get first place. You'll be pretty happy. So, I hope you guys learned something today. This has been fun. I'm really glad that this happened on our first run. Chain Shield, Verdict Shield. You get those, things go nicely. Remember, also Health Shield and Rebound Shield. If you could find those mixed in combination, we would have seen a much higher damage number. So, hey, still got rank 1. It's early in the week, though, too. The week just reset, so other people are going to be running this. Don't be discouraged if you don't hold on to your first place, but hey, you got into first place. Good job. You guys, it's been awesome. Thank you for watching. I hope you really did learn something. Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to build up the channel. And yeah, we're going to work on some Honor Duel. Honor Duels in the next videos coming out, so stay tuned. Have a good night, guys.